Hello everyone, it's Kieran with Thrifted Living and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Today I would like to share with you how you can create some fun and easy DIYs using these self-adhesive wall tiles that I found at Dollar Tree. In today's video, I would like to share with you 3 different projects that I created using these self-adhesive wall tiles. The first project that I would like to share with you is how you can create a decorative box using these wall tiles. And this was actually the inspiration for this entire video. So the main things that you'll need for this project are some poster board, some of the foam poster board. You will also need something like an X-Acto knife or a pair of scissors. You will also need some of the wall tiles, and then you will also need some hot glue and a hot glue gun. And then any other decoration that you might like to add to the piece is completely up to you. I chose to add some different nautical rope that I actually found at Dollar Tree. I also chose to use some paint as well. So what I've been doing here so far in the video is I've been going through and cutting out different shaped pieces to construct the box. Now you can make the box very large or you can make it very small. My original goal for this piece was to actually use it in an entertainment center that we have, and unfortunately I measured wrong, and when I actually brought the piece downstairs to use it in the entertainment center, it was too big for that space. But that's okay because it's still a really pretty decorative piece. So I just cut out several different pieces. I have 2 for the side, one for the front and 1 for the back, and then I also cut out a piece for the bottom as well. And then I'm just going through and taking these adhesive wall tiles and cutting them to size as well to fit on the sides of the box. And I just love the way that these adhesive wall tiles look because I feel that they have such a natural look to them, and I also love that they have some texture as well. So I really love that the way that these looked when I was creating this box. So these tiles are a square foot in size, but they are not actually completely lined up with the different pieces of wood. So as you can see, I'm going through and cutting just a little bit to the side of one of the panels of wood, just because the measurements don't line up perfectly with the different lines on the piece. So just make sure that you're measuring it throughout the process. Next, I measured and cut out a bottom for the box, and one thing that you have to decide is if you want the bottom to sort of be inside of the box or if you want the bottom to sort of be underneath the different sides of the box, if that makes sense. And I decided that I wanted the different parts to be sort of sitting on top of the bottom of the box, and that just worked best for me. So then I started constructing the box, and constructing the box is one of the things that it's obviously really fun to do, and it's fun to see everything come together, but it's definitely a little challenging at first, only because you sort of have to get everything lined up. When constructing a piece like this, it's always hard at the beginning to sort of get everything lined up and put together just because it doesn't have any structure yet. So once you're able to glue a couple of the sides together, it definitely gets a lot easier. So then I decided that I wanted to add some nautical rope to some of the parts of the box that you could still see some of the white foam board. And I really love the nautical rope from Dollar Tree. It's such a great deal, and it definitely added a different sort of texture and a different sort of look to the piece. And I love the way that it sort of just changed the entire appearance of this piece. I also added some handles to this piece, one because I thought it would look really cool, but another reason I did so was because on the longer sides of the box I actually needed to use 2 different pieces of the wall tile, and adding the handle was actually a way that I could hide the seam, and I just really love the way that it looked. And then again on the corners I also added some of the nautical rope just to sort of hide some of the unfinished edges. So then I decided that I wanted to paint the inside of the box, and I found this blue paint, and I actually thought it was navy, and once I started painting the inside of the box I wasn't really thrilled with how it looked. So then I found some black paint, and I actually decided to paint the box black instead, and I really love how it looks. I think it just looks so sleek and so beautiful. And I know that Dollar Tree does sell black foam board, but I was originally planning on painting it a different color. But I really love the way that the black paint looks on this piece, and I also love that the paint sort of had like a matte finish to it, so when it was actually dry it sort of had this really beautiful matte finish, and I just love how it looks. And here is the finished decorative box. I absolutely love how this turned out. I think that this is such a great project to be able to do for home decorating and home organizing, but also I think it'd be a great project to create for like a birthday party or a different get together. I love the foam board from Dollar Tree and I love these wall tiles. I just think it makes such a unique piece. I love the versatility of this project and how it can be completely customized to your preferences, and I just thought it was really fun and something that I think I will definitely do again in the future. I just love how this piece turned out. For the second project, I would like to share with you some really fun wall decor that you can create using these wall tiles from Dollar Tree. And I love using these different wall tiles from Dollar Tree because I feel like they will fit with so many different seasons. And what I've actually done for this project is use some of those metal words that you can find at Dollar Tree in so many different seasonal sayings. And so I actually took some of them that you could find for fall, and I will be creating wall art using them, but you could definitely also create some wall art with the metal words that they sell for different seasons as well. So I actually took the wall tiles and cut them in half, and then I cut poster board in the same size as the wall tiles. I like to attach the wall tile to the poster board just so it has more structure to it, and so then I just took the wall tile and I stuck it on top of the poster board. Now for this project, I knew that I was going to be using those metal words, but I wanted to add some different embellishments to the piece just to add some different dimension to it and to make it look really beautiful. So I actually found some Dollar Tree headbands, and I've crafted with them so many different times. I found these amazing lace headbands at Dollar Tree years ago, and I bought so many of them. So I actually added some of these lace headbands to the sides of the piece, and then I also added some nautical rope around the entire outside of the piece as well. Then I started attaching all of the different embellishments to the piece using my hot glue gun. And here's the finished product. I absolutely love how these pieces turned out. I love that this project can be done for so many different seasons, and depending on what different supplies you have on hand, you can make these pieces look completely unique and different and completely fitting to your style and your style preference. And I just love how these, in this particular setting, have a really beautiful aesthetic for fall and for the holidays, and I just really love how these turned out. The final project that I would like to share with you today involves using these mini glass containers, and if you saw my recent Dollar Tree haul, you know that I absolutely love these mini glass containers and I'm so excited to be crafting with them. But for this project, you are going to need some of the wire that Dollar Tree sells. I actually found some in gold, and I also used more nautical rope. You guys know I love this stuff. And so pretty much what I did was just take one of the square tiles and I attached it to a piece of foam board, and then I wrapped some of the nautical rope around the outside. I then went through and started laying out the glass containers just to see how they would fit on the piece. Once I was happy with where the glass containers were sitting, I actually took an X-Acto knife and I sort of just poked a hole right through the foam board so that I could then take the wire that I have wrapped around the top of the glass container and then actually push the wire right through to the back of the foam board. And then once I was able to get both sides of the wire through, I sort of just twisted it like you would almost like the top of a bread bag, if that makes sense. I then went through and repeated that process for all of the different glass containers, and occasionally I would actually use my ruler just to make sure that everything was lined up properly. Then I went to Dollar Tree and I found some of these really pretty flowers, and I actually wanted something really small, and these flowers were actually perfect for that. So I went through and just cut a few stems off, and I was able to sort of cut them to size to fit perfectly inside of these glass containers. I love the way this piece turned out. I think it is so simple and so beautiful. I love the combination of all of the different materials in this piece, and I just think that together it just makes such a beautiful picture, and I just think it's so simple and so beautiful at the same time. And that's it for this Dollar Tree DIY video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I was able to create some really beautiful Dollar Tree DIYs using these adhesive wall tiles. In the comments below, let me know which project was your favorite. Please check out my blog at thriftedlivingblog.com. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at thriftedliving, and if you don't have an Instagram but would like to stay up to date with what I'm doing, you can follow me on Facebook at Thrifted Living page. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!